Magnificent outcomes. Close your eyes for a moment. Something that you may be wanting really badly, and you feel gratitude got you there. Magnificent outcomes need not necessarily be materialistic too. You say grace before meals. You know what grace is, right? The prayer we say before meals, especially in the West, when you see it in movies and serials. Thank you, God, for the food we eat. Thank you, God. That's grace, basically. You say grace before meals, all right? But I say grace before the concert and the opera, and grace before the play and pantomime, and grace before I open a book, and grace before sketching, painting, swimming, fencing, boxing, walking, playing, dancing, and grace before I dip the pen in the ink. G.K. Chesterton, 1874 to 1936, writer. We all want good outcomes to everything we do. In giving thanks before he performed an action, the writer Gilbert Keith Chesterton used the magic of gratitude to guarantee the outcome he wanted. You will have had times when you thought to yourself, I hope this goes well. I hope this turns out okay. Or I'm going to need a lot of luck. We say this so often, right? Especially when there are big occasions, events, our children's weddings, an event at home, anything. We say that, oh, we hope sab kuch theek ho jaye, hope this event goes off well. Or I'm going to need some luck if someone is going to play a game or sports or a mahjong competition, or it could be anything, right? All these thoughts are hoping for a good outcome to a situation. But life doesn't happen by chance or because of a stroke of luck. The laws of the universe operate mathematically to the finest possible degree, that is something you can count on. The laws of the universe operate mathematically to the finest possible degree. That is something you can count on. The one thing that you can count on the law of the universe, the laws of the universe, is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. And if we don't doubt that if something were to fall from up, the earth has the magnetic power to pull it towards the ground, whether it's an apple falling from a tree or a ball dropped from a 32nd floor. It is the law of gravity, the law of the gravitational pull. So, in the same way, here she is not doubting the law. The laws of the universe operate mathematically. There is a math to it, there is a science to it, she says, to the finest possible degree. That is something you can count on. You can count on that law. A pilot, oh, beautiful. A, she gives an example. A pilot, just like I did, a pilot doesn't hope that the laws of physics will keep working during his flight because he knows the laws of physics will never fail. You don't go into your day and hope that the law of gravity will keep you on the ground so you don't float off into space. You know there's no chance at play, and gravity's law will never fail. If you want magnificent outcomes to everything you do, then you have to use the law that governs outcomes, the law of attraction. That means You have to use your thoughts and feelings to attract magnificent outcomes to you. And being grateful for magnificent outcomes is one of the simplest ways to do it. Again, here, she's not talking about anything materialistic. For us, a mom healing in the hospital and a quick discharge from the hospital is a magnificent outcome, right? I spoke to someone this morning and she said, I'm visiting my mom, Bijal, and I spoke to someone yesterday and she said, my mom is in the hospital. Now, if that mom is discharged at the earliest, it is a magnificent outcome. So, all this is not necessarily about a designer bag or jewelry or tall, dark, handsome or beautiful or anything materialistic only. It can be, it need not be. She's only talking about a magnificent outcome. The magnificent outcomes practice is being grateful before you do something you want to go well, which means saying thank you. In the example that I gave, being grateful for my mom's speedy recovery and discharge from the hospital, even while she's there, right? There was a back to back 4 or 5 because I'm in the healing space. That 4 or 5 friends or students, each one saying, my mom is in the hospital. Not only did my gratitude come, but there was so much gratitude that came in advance for them. So much that I actually wrote pretend as if, and I wrote the daughters' names, are writing it. My mom is discharged from the hospital. My mom is recovering speedily. And literally visualizing, discharge of the mom getting into the ambulance or the car or whatever, mainly car, of course, where everyone is putting her discharge file and everything in the car, and the daughter is zipping, telling the driver, "Ghar le lo." I was actually visualizing that for each one in these 24 hours from yesterday till we met again. So all that is also a magnificent outcome. The magnificent outcomes practice is being grateful before you do something that you want to go well. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome to the work meeting, to a job interview. So now again, she's going back to so much with like the West, right? The United States and youth, maybe. Yeah, we are not all going for job interviews. So we have to visualize or be grateful for a magnificent outcome at our age, in our situation, in our relationships, for our children, our grandchildren, our home running, our health, our parents, everything. So we are in that space, or even a business that we are running. um, or an exam. So, obviously, we are talking about any other challenge that we are facing. The magnificent outcome to a sports game. Suppose you're playing, say, mahjong, or you're playing a chess competition. So much. There is, what is that other one, which so many of them are playing at the Wellington Club? One more game. Not bridge. Yeah, bridge. Suppose you're going to play a competition, an outcome to that, or to a phone call that you're just waiting for since a long time. Yes, thank you. A phone call that you're waiting for since a long time. Or just as we had Shakuntala ji share just now, an old school friend calling after quite some time, catching up with a friend is what even Rhonda Byrne has written. Or seeing your mother in law. What a beautiful space to be in. You know, for me, including the salwar kameez that I am wearing now also, yeah, because I share this very often with a lot of y'all. I think y'all know by now. Y'all know this. My husband is the only child. Okay, he was the only child. No brothers, no sisters. And obviously we were living together, and when my mother-in-law passed, there were about 150 to 200 saris in her cupboard, and While she was alive, also I did this, used my mom's saris and my mother in law's saris to cut up. But obviously, after she passed away, I called up my husband's chachis, kakijis, my husband's cousins, everybody saying, Swati, come and take one or two saris as mom's souvenirs. Because when my bestie passed away, I asked her daughter, two of my besties, when they passed away, I asked the husband and the daughter that I want a small top or a t-shirt or a gym legging or something that I want wrapped on me occasionally, to just be engulfed by their love. So it's overwhelming. So I wear about 80 to 90% of my mother-in-law's saris wrapped on me in the form of crushed skirts, salwar kameezes, jumpsuits, skirts and tops, pants and t-shirts, anything. Last weekend, the singing kitty that we went to, even in the lift, the husbands were asking me, my husband, no, no, Bijal is lying. This can't be a cut-up sari. And now it's a joke whenever I enter any place. ये तेरी सास की कौन सी साड़ी कटवाई तूने? Of course, you need a good designer, you need a good, and sometimes the cost of creating a new piece can be as much as, creating a cut up piece can be as much as buying a new one. But that feeling that I get when I wrap her sari around me in the form of a garment, an outfit, a designer, whatever that I have created is such a marvelous feeling that so many times I've sent like images to people saying, "Wo kal tune tere mummy ki." I chuck the borders, this, that, everything. Now, all this I consider, including my children's sangeets in Trident, in Taj. They were saris, which were, yes, absolutely. They were saris which were cut up. They were Parsi garas. I had crushed her paithani. I had crushed her patola and made lenghas out of it. And those I consider actually as magnificent outcomes. So it's as simple as that. The magnificent outcomes practice is being grateful before you do something you want to go well. I would actually write back then, 5 years back, 4 years back, because magic book practice I'm doing since quite some time. That Meera Bakshi, thank you for designing my Mills outfit so beautiful, my Mills sari so beautifully. James Ferreira, thank you for designing. Whoever, because I was heading IMC back then in the exhibition committee, कोई भी designer हो उनको मैं बोलती थी कि ऐसा ऐसा मैं I would sketch or I would like कोई jumpsuit पसंद हो I would give it, and that makes life so simple, right? You are clutter free. You don't know what to do with all that. You have her wrapped around you, and you can use off your saris also which you're not using otherwise. Cords, बीच में cords की अभी वो fashion थी, बहुत fashion थी. I was making cords from them, pant shirt, so many. Everyone was laughing that instead of being a yoga mentor and now you become a dress designer, become a counselor for this. And it was very simple for all of us, so simple. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome to all this, what she's writing, or become a dress designer. Make that your niche and give ideas to people. It will be how Mary Konda became the billionaire, right? Just by having people declutter. Look her up, Mary Konda. क्या कुछ भी लोग करते हैं कितना बढ़िया. And see how where they reach. This other new WhatsApp you all must have heard is doing the rounds, where this rickshaw driver, three-wheeler rickshaw driver is making 3 or 4 lakhs a month because he stands outside the consulate and they don't allow mobile phones and bags in the consulate. And anyway, you have to be carrying it till you reach down there. So he keeps them, and that photo is there of that person at a cost of 1,000 rupees per person. And every day, at least 30 to 40 people give it to him and they trust him with it and they come out and take it and they say, here, now people know he's there. What an ingenious idea. So many times I'm keeping on giving suggestions. What is it you like the most to serve people? Selling is service. You're serving them, you're depriving people. If you're keeping it to yourself, if you're making amazing pickles, if you can sell shawls, if you're doing crochet, you're serving them. So selling is not, लूटने नहीं बैठे हम किसी को. And look at what she says here. All these are magnificent outcomes. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome to your exercise routine also. Instead of saying time nahi milta, that back then, when there were no mobile phones, when tapal, postcards used to go, letters used to go by post, telegram, there weren't enough means of communication. There wasn't the bullet train. There wasn't the fastest train. And now we have the coastal roads, we have bridges, we have no traffic on Pedder Road or many other places. We have the quickest way on the switch of a button to send emails, to log into Zoom calls. We can reach out, reach our friends. पहले तो कितना टाइम लगता था. And yet we say we have no time. I've made a poem on this. And back then, when all this used to take 1 hour to 1 day to 1 week to sometimes even 1 month. Going, Christopher Columbus took how long to come to discover India, hai na? And she's actually saying back then also that even being grateful for having the time to do your exercise is a magnificent outcome. We had pets. My children have pets. To finally even get the time out to take your pet for a groom, your pet's appointment or your pet's vet appointment, for that also she's saying magnificent outcome, bolo. Or your medical or dental checkup, time hi nahi milta. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome when an electrician, plumber, or any tradesperson is addressing a problem in your home. The magnificent outcome to a family outing. Actually, really speaking, what if the AC conks off when it is, or the power goes off, or there is no Wi Fi? We are stuck, or there is no gas cylinder available, or the supply of water is stopped, and the electrician, presto, the plumber, the tradesperson in addressing a problem in your home. The magnificent outcome to a family outing. Conversation with your child. My God, what a magnificent outcome is that. We just shared that about their behavior. Or heart to heart with a partner. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome to a purchase you will be making. कुछ शॉपिंग करने गए उसका magnificent outcome that it was so smooth. Such as a birthday gift, an engagement ring, a wedding dress, or the magnificent outcome to choosing a new cell phone, new carpet, drapes, or renovation company. You could be grateful for the magnificent outcome for a reservation at a restaurant or great seats for a concert. The magnificent outcome to your daily mail, your daily emails, or your tax refund for the year. Wow! Like I told you in an IPO, most did not get, and I got it. Magnificent outcome. The one who was running the courses, he said that there was this huge multinational company, okay? It's the factory, the laboratory. Suddenly, all the machines stopped. The entire production stopped functioning. हम देखते हैं ना प्रिंटर का ठक 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 ठुक 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 बॉटल्स या फूड या प्रिंटिंग या कुछ भी everything stopped. All right. And he said that the boss said, "Oh my God, what has happened? What has happened? What has happened?" So he said, call the technician. What is happening here?" And so quickly the team calls the technician. and the technician comes there with his entire paraphernalia. वो वेस्ट पे पहन के आता है, उसके गैजेट्स, उसके डिवाइसेस, उनके जो बोलते हैं ना हथियार, all that. And he says, the boss says, come on, do something, look, my everything is on a breakdown, all the production has stopped, whichever it may be, pharmaceuticals, whatever. And this old man says that, okay, sure. He climbs up the steps of that factory, of the production department, climbs the other steps up, and everyone is waiting there for him to do something quickly, कि जल्दी से फिर से शुरू हो जाए. And he goes up there and takes out his hatyar and just looks at all those other knobs, machines, devices, hooks, and just turns one. And there it starts, tuck, 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 and the production continues. Right? Many of you must have heard this story. So then the owner of the company says, thank you, thank you, thank you. He thanks him and he says, please send me the bill tomorrow. And he sends a huge bill of an X amount of dollars. So the boss says that just to turn a knob, you're charging us so much. So he says, yes, it's because only I knew which of those knobs to turn. None of you did, right? You all tried over and over and over and over again. Magnificent outcome. Okay, this was a magnificent outcome of the magnificent outcome I received. A gratitude, like attracts like. And you know where to stop. The moment there is greed, we come to know. Do you understand this? We always come to know where greed comes in. So even when we are writing our gratitude and we say it is nothing material and it is something either spiritual or for health or for the children, it is a magnificent outcome. And grace. So beautifully he says, I write grace. Chesterton says that. Not only before my meals, but for everything. So many times we've come out of a movie and we did not got a table at our favorite restaurant. It happened with my husband and me. We both came out of a movie and he wanted to have that moussaka at Gasta. So we didn't get a booking. And then I just used grace. I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then immediately that person said, there is a cancellation and you come in. तो वो आउटकम जो मैग्निफिसेंट आउटकम है उसके लिए वी हैव टू कीप आवर आईज एंड ईयर्स वेरी ओपन. Most of us do not. We don't keep our eyes and ears open to what is coming our way and what has come our way. कितनी बार ऐसे होता है that so many magnificent outcomes have come from morning till now, today itself. But our eyes and ears are not open. I was like that. I didn't realize. I was such a complainer. It's not funny. And so many times I feel no amount of writing anything is enough. ये जन्म क्या दूसरे और थोड़े जन्म लिखना पड़ेगा gratitude. If it helps you to believe in the magical power of gratitude to create magnificent outcomes, you can wave your fingers through the air and imagine you are sprinkling magic dust over the event you want to turn out magnificently. Just gold dust, magic dust. Do whatever. Close your eyes. Visualize what you want. Your son coming and giving you a hug. Your grandchild suddenly giving you a surprise. Your mother healing. Someone's eyesight or some challenge. Your daughter recovering. Anything. Your own self. Any diagnosis. And just that magic dust. Visualize. You've healed. Magnificent outcome. Healed. Eyes are healed. It happened with one of our students. Constant complaint. Dry eyes, dry eyes, dry eyes, dry eyes. And besides the comprehensive therapy, all I said was just keep on doing gold dust. I have not reminded her this at all. She's not a part of this evening session, the magic book session. But she's not complained about her eyes since almost 3.5 months. And that's obviously because she's better. If it helps you to believe in the magical power of gratitude to create magnificent outcomes, you can wave your fingers through the air And imagine you're sprinkling magic dust over the event you want to turn out magnificently. कितना कुछ याद आ जाता है ना? मैं तो ये जब पढ़ती हूँ मुझे बहुत कुछ याद आता है. I remember so many incidences. Another time to use gratitude for magnificent outcomes is when something unexpected happens during your day. When something unexpected happens, very often we can jump to conclusions and immediately think there is something wrong. We say, oh, hello, whoa, 1 minute. For example, you arrive at work and are told that the boss wants to see you right away, and for 1 minute you wonder. You arrive at work and your boss wants to see you right away. Mom, I need to talk to you right away. वो कैसे heart is in the mouth, palpitations हो जाते हैं कि नहीं? The problem with jumping to conclusions and thinking there's something wrong is that the law of attraction says that what you think and feel, you will attract to you. So, instead of jumping to conclusions and thinking you might be in trouble, take the opportunity to make the magic happen by being grateful for a magnificent outcome. If you miss your bus or train on your way to work, or you miss a flight, or are unexpectedly delayed instead of thinking this is bad, be grateful for the magnificent outcome so that you put the magic into motion to receive a magnificent outcome. Exactly what the person who missed the flight said, right? Three of them said that. One air hostess who was supposed to be on duty and someone else took that duty over. Someone who said she went to the temple and got delayed. Someone who said she was in traffic and she was late and missed the flight. Magnificent outcome. If you're a parent and you're asked to attend an unexpected meeting at school about your child, instead of thinking there is a problem, ये भी मेरे साथ होता था. Be grateful for the magnificent outcome. If you receive an unexpected phone call, email, or letter, and the thought flashes in your mind, I wonder what's wrong, immediately be grateful for the magnificent outcome before you pick up the call or open the email or the letter. Most of the time, you will see and experience the magnificent outcome you asked for. पहले से ही वो ईमेल खोलो ही मत पहले. Don't open the letter, the tapal, the email, the WhatsApp. Don't open it. Think of the magnificent outcome or write it down. Smile, use gratitude, and then open. But if you ask for a magnificent outcome and feel sincerely grateful for it, you are using the mathematical law of attraction and you must receive a magnificent outcome back somewhere at some time. Guaranteed, she's writing. Guaranteed. Look up Rhonda Byrne. What a life she's living. She's writing guaranteed. Whenever you find yourself thinking there's chance at play with something in your life, or thinking you have no control over something, or when you find yourself hoping something will turn out well, remember that there is no chance for the law of attraction. You will get what you are thinking and feeling. चांस ही नहीं दिया आपने उसको. लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन को हमने चांस ही नहीं दिया. जब हमने सोचा that something in your life is going to go wrong, something in your life you have no control over, something in your life where you are just hoping instead of knowing that it will not turn out well. Remember, there is no chance. No chance of the law of attraction. Gratitude helps protect you from attracting what you don't want, that is, bad outcomes, and it ensures you get what you do want, that is, magnificent outcomes. Let me read it again, the whole thing, okay? Whenever you find yourself thinking there's a chance at play with something in your life, or thinking you have no control over something, or when you find yourself hoping something will turn out well, Hoping, huh? Hoping she has used in italics, which means you're not positive, you're negative. वो तो होगा ही नहीं. Impossible. It's a 1 in a million chance. Arun Bhai is saying he went close to death and came back. He said he would have never have survived had it not been for. Gratitude helps protect you from attracting what you don't want, that is bad outcomes, which means it protects you. Gratitude will, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, will protect you what you don't want. Obviously, no one wants bad outcomes. And it ensures you get what you want, which is, she's using the phrase magnificent outcomes, not even good outcomes. And in the previous paragraph, she ends it with guaranteed. When you are grateful for magnificent outcomes, you're using universal law and changing hopes and chance into faith and certainty. That's why here she's written hopes in italics, hoping something will turn out well. She's saying you are changing with gratitude hope into faith and chance into certainty. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Houseful. कोई चांस ही नहीं है. That's exactly she will never come out of this. Depression is always sinking. It always just increases and you go deeper and deeper into it. एक बार ब्लड प्रेशर की मेडिसिन शुरू करी फिर तो लाइफ टाइम लेनी ही पड़ती है. एक बार थायराइड की मेडिसिन शुरू की फिर लाइफ टाइम लेनी ही पड़ती है. Well, that's, if you ask for it, that's what you get. And you will see when we start with you can heal your life, how magically, words are like magnet. Only with thoughts, words, and change, everything changes. The more you practice magnificent outcomes and make it a daily habit, the more magnificent outcomes you will attract into your life. Less and less you'll find yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. You won't find yourself in the wrong place at the wrong time. And no matter what happens in your day, you will know with absolute certainty that the outcome will be magnificent. At the beginning of today, choose 3 separate situations where you would like magnificent outcomes. Choose 3 magnificent outcomes. I've given enough examples and even tweeted hers to the current situations. You can choose 3 things that are important to you in your life currently, such as whatever your business, wealth, health, mom's health, dad's health, grandparents' health, child's health, daughter's health, doctor's appointment, and yet each one is told that the moment there is a cancellation, we will squeeze you in, or if it is an emergency, we will make sure we approach everyone one after the other if they can reschedule it. So many doctor's appointments, even the homeopath I suggest, it is so takes very long. So I say, please tell the person who picks up the phone that Bijal has referred, otherwise आपको जल्दी appointment नहीं मिलेगी. तो यहाँ doctor's appointment, whatever, application for a loan. We remember this when we were buying our son's apartment. One tiny little difference we had to just do. And we were so tense. Application, instead of writing gratitude for the last little bit of an EMI that we did. So tense, so tense, so tense. Baapre. Going senile over it. Instead, we just had to sit back and relax. My children were not like that. So I said, so much to learn from y'all, beta. Application for a loan, how the men go through so much stress for their businesses, for their new ventures, for their startups, our children, whoever. Magnificent outcomes. Think of just 3. Need not be materialistic. Here where she's written that. She's written anything that you consider a magnificent outcome. You can also start by selecting 3 things that are normally humdrum activities for you, matlab day-to-day things. Because when the magic happens to those small humdrum activities, you will be really convinced that you attracted that magnificent outcome. For example, you could choose your drive to work, doing the ironing. For example, you could choose your drive to work. How to frame the sentence? I'll tell you. During the ironing, वहां तो ये सब करते हैं ना, इसलिए धोबी को हम थैंक यू हमें बोलना चाहिए, डोमेस्टिक स्टाफ को, है ना. गोइंग टू द बैंक और पोस्ट ऑफिस, वो भी हमारे रनर्स करते हैं, उनको थैंक यू बोलना है. पिकिंग अप द किड्स or the grandchildren, paying the bills or collecting the mail. This is all back then. For these small humdrum, come on, put examples in the chat of humdrum activities. What are humdrum activities for y'all? Day-to-day activities. They'll be so different from what she has written, obviously, right? What are the humdrum activities? Very good. Excellent. Cooking. We don't need to be doing all this, right? There is the japa to take care of the children. There is the nurse to take care of the grandchildren. There is, correct. There is courier, we fast, Swiggy, everything coming at our doorstep. We don't have to drive to go anywhere. Everything is a we fast and a Borzo and a Swiggy away. And yet we say we don't have the time. We have the dhobi, we have the domestic staff. So it could be for paying bills, it can be anything, cooking, anything. A humdrum activity like cleaning our cupboard. Make a written list of the 3 situations you've chosen for magnificent outcomes. Awesome. Cleaning our room, cleaning our cupboard, cooking, making that favorite dish. Make a written list of the 3 situations you've chosen for magnificent outcomes. It could be even visiting the children in the United States or New Zealand. Magnificent outcome like visiting the children in the UK or they visiting us. And then use gratitude's magical power as you would write each one. Imagine that you're writing about each one after it happened. So although we are writing it now, we're imagining, we're writing it about something which is an outcome. Okay, magnificent outcomes. From day 10, it is all about now and the future. For the second step of this thank you for the magnificent outcome too. To cook tomorrow, to make my cooking liked tomorrow. Anything, magnificent outcome, simple things. For the second step of this magical practice, you're going to choose three. Very simple, very simple. Puja, magnificent outcome. Discontinuing medication. Doctor saying, oh, you're much better. You go to the doctor and he says, oh, you're much better. Magnificent outcome. Another magnificent outcome, getting better sleep. I slept so well. She's saying, no, thank you for the magnificent outcome for giving me good sleep. Whatever is a problem turns into a solution. You can do this practice before you take the 3 phone calls or before you open the 3 emails or 3 letters in the mail, before you do an unexpected errand or anything else unexpected that comes up in the day. This part of the practice is so much about what unexpected events you choose as it is about you practicing gratitude for magnificent outcomes on the little unexpected things. Each time an unexpected event arises, close your eyes briefly, if you can, and mentally say and feel the magic words. Thank you for the magnificent outcome too. You can't do this magical practice too much because the more you practice it, she's saying it in a different way, pun intended, which means however much you do is not enough, is what she's trying to say. She's not saying you can't do too much, means bahut mat karo. She's saying you can't do this magical practice too much. Oh, मैंने तो बहुत लिख लिए. That is not too much. जितना भी लिखो, it's fine. Because the more you practice it, the more magnificent outcomes you will have in your life as a matter of course. That's what she's trying to say. But practicing it today will get you into the idea of it. So today she's saying only three you write. And in the future, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're hoping for a good outcome or thinking you need luck, you will immediately turn to the magical power of gratitude and make magnificent outcomes a certainty in your life. It's a done thing, she says, guaranteed, a certainty. So, magic practice number 21. Wow, we finished it today. I thought we won't finish it today. Magic practice number 21. We are going to write, now? Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you are grateful. Reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. At the beginning of the day, choose three things or situations that are important to you where you want magnificent outcomes. List three things and write each one as though you are writing after it has happened. Thank you for the magnificent outcome too. And as you go through your day, choose three unexpected events that come up in your day where you can be grateful for a magnificent outcome. Each time, close your eyes and mentally say and feel thank you for the magnificent outcome too. Just before you go to sleep, use the magic rock in your hand once again. Three magnificent outcomes is what we'll be writing first, huh? Here she's writing, thank you for the magnificent outcome too. Also, don't write my if it's an ill health. Write the. My BP ने के बदले the BP. My blood sugar के बदले the blood sugar. Once again, I remind you this is future, okay? Future. So don't write about what happened. And now come to the 10 things that you are grateful for. Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 things. Write why you are grateful. That goes into past. From this moment onwards to today, yesterday, a year back, a decade back. I'm truly blessed is also fine in that, huh? And can keep on repeating the same blessing. Definitely. The first three are as if it has happened. The first three, magnificent outcome, which is about the future. And then, because we do this often together, count your blessings, which is 10 things that you are grateful for. So we did number two first, and now we are number one. The three things, thank you for the magnificent outcome, which we did together. The 10 things that you are already grateful for that we do every day together. So we are done. Okay? Only you have to do two things. Raat ko magic rock for the most beautiful thing, amazing thing that happened today, what you're grateful for. And in the morning, read what you've written and say thank you for it. Okay? That's all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, 3 बार. Any 10. और कुछ नहीं करना है, no homework. We'll be doing everything together right before your eyes. This world, after all our science and sciences, is still a miracle, wonderful, inscrutable, magical, and more to whoever will think of it. Means उससे भी magical से भी ज़्यादा and more to whosoever will think of it. We say no, थोड़ा doubt होता है. वो doubt निकाल दिया तो more to whosoever thinks of it. Beautiful chapter. Another beautiful day. Day 22. Day 28 is the last one.